Podcast where we're going to talk about The Walking Dead and the end of The Walking Dead, or what could very well be the end of The Walking Dead. So we already know, most people know, fans of The Walking Dead know that Andrew Lincoln announced that he is leaving the show, and as far as season 9, he's only doing I think he said 6 episodes, so he's not even in the whole season. He's going to be in some of the episodes, and then a couple days later, Lauren Cohen announced she is leaving at the end of season 9 as well. But we already knew this because we had this speculation, because she was in talks with AMC she wanted $900,000 an episode.
I do too. Where's my money?
Because in the sense, she's a good actress, and she knows the character of Maggie plays a really big role in the coming up storyline. Mm-hmm. So she asked for, which is reasonable. Andrew Lincoln makes $1 million an episode, and she's going to have as big a role as him in the upcoming seasons if they can stick with the storyline. And they were in negotiations, and she said if they don't give her it, she's going to leave. And guess what? They said no, so she said bye, because she had other prospects where she was going to get paid $1 million, like an episode and stuff. So she is going to be doing other projects.
I can't. This pisses me off, because they just ended an excellent season with Negan, and they were trying to follow up with it from now, and then Rick Grimes, the guy who plays Rick, is leaving. Lauren's leaving. Like, they may as well just end it at this point, unless they have them go off the show for a little bit and they bring him back later in the show for some odd reason, maybe. Or I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's just, this is the problem with television now. And one of I was reading into this.
Look at the top right.
Oh, jeepers,
bro.
Right.
Anyway.
I'm just mad they should just cancel the whole series. But it's like, I was reading more into this because I found another post up there of why certain shows were canceled. Do you know why Home Improvement was canceled? You know the real reason?
The original Home Improvement?
Home Improvement, yeah. You know why Home Improvement was canceled?
No.
Because Tim Allen was getting about $1 million an episode or something like that, and the guy playing his partner, Al, I think it is, was supposed to get a couple 400,000 or 500,000 an episode. Without him in the series, they would not allow it.
Oh wow!
And it's the same thing with for instance, I've lost track.
Well, you gotta think though. Okay. I know it sounds absurd as an actor, getting paid this much, but when you stick with an episode, you become typecasted as that character. Okay, so that typecasting costs you money in your career, because you could be doing other movies and other shows where you're not going to be typecasting. You're going to be more, and you actually potentially make more money than you would say if you were making $1 million an episode, because you might not get other work after that because you're so typecasted. And this is why
they've been in it for 9 years.
I know
it's too late.
I know. But I'm saying though, but this is where it comes from. And these actors actually have been approached by a lot of other people. Like the guy who played Glenn, he's doing a lot of other movies and stuff now.
Well, look at the characters who've been killed off in this series. Everyone who's been killed off has gone off to do some really good things.
Yeah.
Like the guy who's the Punisher. He went off. He was.
Well, he's been an actor for years anyway.
Yeah,
he was before this. He was.
Yeah, I know that. But the thing is, he is more known now for the fact he did Walking Dead, and then he was a Punisher. He's more known now for his Netflix stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he was only in The Walking Dead for what, 2 or 3 seasons?
One. I think it's
no, it was at least. It was 3 seasons. Yeah, it was at least 3 seasons. Because the end of the farm was at the end of season 3. Well, mid-season 3. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It just suppressed me. Like I said, the only way they can justify this whole Walking Dead, people leaving and everything is if Fear the Walking Dead towards the end of its season, this season, meets up with everybody from The Walking Dead. They kill off Rick, and they kill off Lauren, Maggie's character, and they literally said, "Screw it, Fear the Walking Dead is not the name anymore. It's now the writers from Fear the Walking Dead moving over to Walking Dead. Now it's Walking Dead from there."
Well, no, they're gonna. They'll. I think personally, they can kill off. They can just end Walking Dead, and just keep with Fear the Walking Dead. You can keep the cause there to keep the same name. So if anybody's been paying attention to Fear the Walking Dead, I have personally really enjoyed Fear the Walking Dead. The first season was a little slow, but ever since the first season, the writing and just the acting has been way better than Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. Just how they do the plot points and everything is way better. The actors are better. Just how it plays out. The what do you call it? Last Fear the Walking Dead fight scene at the very beginning of the episode blew away the ending of Walking Dead. It was an actual real fight scene where you actually were unsure of who was going to win. Unlike The Walking Dead, where it was like very cut and dry.
But isn't Fear the Walking Dead is its own persona? It's not based off the graphic novel per se.
But it's in the same universe.
I understand it's the same universe, but Walking Dead is supposed to be based off of the graphic novel. So but the thing is, it's so loosely based off of it. They've
literally fell off.
Yeah,
they took an off ramp.
And then the last battle. If you read the last battle of what happened in The Walking Dead between the Saviors and Alexandrians and the Kingdom and the Hilltop, it was a lot more bigger and it was a lot more exciting in the comic book. A lot more things happened, and you actually worried that some characters might die. When I watched that season, it was a cool episode. It was cool to watch, but not once did I worry about a character dying because of the way they shot it or the way they did it. It wasn't an intense battle. It wasn't at all. It was cool to watch, but it was not intense. And it didn't make you like on edge of your seat like Fear the Walking Dead has done every season.
Yeah. Well, we have this page up here. They just kind of mentioned Roseanne over here, but below it, 13 Reasons Why. Have you watched that yet?
No.
That I have a strong. I'd say this right up front. Every teenager in high school needs to watch 13 Reasons Why from start to beginning to understand why bullying is so wrong and frowned upon.
I think I'm on like episode 4 or something.
It's getting pretty good. But anyways.
So I personally think this is the end of The Walking Dead.
Oh God,
obviously,
yes.
They've said they're going to continue it possibly with Norman Reedus. But even he's doing a lot of other things. So if he wants to stay on the episode, they said they're actually willing to give him $1 million an episode.
Of course.
So yeah. I don't know. I think if they were going to do anything, now that they've killed off Carl, they're going to have to kill off Rick, and they're going to have to kill off Maggie. So that's 3 major characters and major storylines. It's time to end the show. If they want to continue The Walking Dead, start a new season, but start it like 40 years down the road with like maybe some of the children, and the beginning of rebuilding of society. And there's no more zombies. It's a new show where it's the beginning of civilization again.
You know what they could do onto that concept is if this season is anything like we're expecting, is end it after the halfway part with everybody, and it just literally like end it after that season 9 and just stick with Fear the Walking Dead. Don't even bother with the rest of it.
Yeah.
You already screwed it up now, guys. You're getting rid of Maggie and you get rid of Rick. Yeah. Like the 2 people who run like this show in my book. I mean, Norman Reedus is good, but the thing is, he's not a known character in the comic book, so why does it matter?
Yeah, he's a good actor, but he's not something I'm like excited about.
No, if he dies, I'm not going to cry about it because all I care about is Rick and Maggie.
Yeah, these are the leaders of the groups.
Just go make another Boondock Saints, okay?
Yeah, but
make another Roseanne.
But I definitely recommend anybody who hasn't checked out Fear the Walking Dead. This season is absolutely friggin' amazing. And they are right up there with Game of Thrones of like any character can die at any moment, which is something that hasn't been a thing in The Walking Dead for a long time, which made the show suspenseful in the beginning if you didn't read the comic books. But Fear the Walking Dead is not based on a comic book. It's a completely new story, so any character can die at any moment, even the main characters, which they did. In the 3rd episode, they killed one of the absolute main characters, my favorite character in Fear the Walking Dead. They killed him off. And it was completely a surprise. It was out of the blue. And that's what makes the show enjoyable to watch.
Well, the writing's good.
Writing's really good. And they actually give them guys, instead of having to stick to a comic book storyline, they're not restricted, which is nice.